G'day legends, Blake here with another video. And have you always wanted to get angelfish for that centerpiece of your aquarium, or even just another fun addition, but you've been a bit nervous about it? Maybe you've heard through friends or online or any other forum that people have had bad experiences with them. Well, in this video I'm going to show you the simple things that you can put into place to make sure that you have an angelfish and not a devilfish. Don't worry buddy, I'll just be a beautiful centerpiece fish for your tank. I'll leave all the other fish alone and won't even touch a plant. I'll be everything you ever wanted.
You'll never suspect that as soon as the lights go off, I'm gonna terrorize everyone, stress everyone out, and make the whole thing a disaster. I can't wait to get in this guy's tank.
So the most important thing to keep happy and peaceful angelfish is going to be tank size and setup. Now this one here is an 8x2x2 aquarium, which is a little bit cloudy. I've just been working in it all day. It'll clear up, no worries. But the thing about angelfish is they're quite a tall fish. They're really going to appreciate height more than anything. So I'd say a minimum size of 18 inches or 45 centimeters in terms of the height of the aquarium. No low boys for these guys. And the other thing as well, I know that deep substrates are getting more and more popular. So that's 18 inches above the substrate line. Obviously, if you got 17 inches of substrate, it's a bit overkill, but then you're only leaving 1 inch for the fish. Well, it's still not really appropriate for them. The other really important consideration that people don't often think about with aggression is temperature. Now, a good temperature for angelfish is about 24 to 28 degrees Celsius, or a Fahrenheit in sort of the mid to high 70s. But if you're finding that you've got it at the higher end of that spectrum and you're getting some aggression, turn the temperature down a little bit. It'll mean that they'll be less likely to flick into breeding mode, which is when most of the aggression is seen with these little guys, and slow down their metabolism. They'll eat less, and just overall they'll have a bit more sleepiness, a bit more laziness, as we all get in winter ourselves. The next important consideration is Tankmates. Now, what are we going to put with our angelfish to have best success? You don't want to put them with anything that are going to be really nippy and aggressive towards the angelfish. For that reason, I'd say I like to keep tanks to one cichlid only. And angelfish, of course, we just said they're a cichlid, so don't keep them with things like convicts and other American cichlids. I like to keep them with larger tetras that are going to be peaceful yet fast, so they can escape if anything does happen. They're going to show some nice activity and contrast for the angelfish anyway, so I think it makes a great option. Also consider the layers of the aquarium. Angelfish are going to be definitely more of a mid dweller, so keep bottom dwellers or potentially top dwellers, although you don't want to keep sitting ducks like potentially African butterfly fish and things like that. Plecos and things are a great combo for angelfish. I don't mind some of the barbs, but they can get a little bit nippy, so have a backup plan. Don't do anything with long flowy fins like bedders, guppies and things like that. Might work for some people, but as a recommendation, I'm not going to make that one. And sometimes I don't mind danios and things like that either. Nice and fast, torpedo shape, but just be mindful that they might jump out, especially if the angelfish are sort of spooking them and scaring them around the tank. In any case, after a while, things should settle down once they get bored of each other. Kind of like when you get two new pets, a cat and a dog. Maybe they might chase each other around for a while, and then eventually they'll both be sleeping next to each other in the sun, just wasting the day away. The one that I always see when people are having issues with angelfish, and to be honest, I do question it sometimes because I've kept them for about 5 years now and I've never really found them to be aggressive at all. But I think it's where they get it wrong is the grouping. So angelfish do like to be in groups. They don't mind being in a school, and in the wild they can be found in large groups as well. But the thing is, I like to keep them in odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7. And in actual fact, I prefer 7 as the best number of angelfish, and I'll explain why. First of all, the more you have, it allows the aggression to be spread, and it's not just going to end up with one getting picked on all the time, like would happen if you had 2, but they weren't a pair. So the bigger one would just always pick on the smaller one, and so forth. 3 allows a little bit of that spread, but 5 is even better. The reason I like 7 is because with 7, if you do find that you have a pair that do sort of pair up, and you want to breed them, you can actually take those 2 out. You still have 5 in the tank, which is a good number, and you can work on breeding a pair off and then reintroducing them later. You don't end up with World War 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the meantime. So I'd recommend always big groups of angelfish if your tank can accommodate it. Otherwise, just stick to 1, and you'll probably find that you'll have good success that way. Now, in terms of diet, angelfish are omnivorous. They really love bloodworms. They love brine shrimp and other frozen foods, as most fish do, but they'll also readily take to any flakes or pellets. I prefer to feed slow sinking foods because they do like to hang out in the mid column quite a bit, so they don't really like to come up to the surface or eat off the bottom. They will if they have to, but if they can catch it mid column, they're going to be the happiest. And the other one as well is not overfeeding. So if you can, it's better to feed 2 or 3 smaller feeds across the duration of the day rather than dumping in half a container of food once a day. It's going to allow them to have better digestion. You'll have less likelihood of bloating and things like that. And it's just overall healthier. I mean, in the wild, fish are constantly grazing on little microfauna and grabbing meals where they can. So that's kind of how they like to sort of eat across a day. And then last but not least, filtration. This might look like a canister inlet, but it's actually a drain. But angelfish, they really don't like a lot of flow. In the wild, they live in slow moving waters, so they like good filtration because they are sort of a larger fish, so they will produce a fair bit of waste. Things like sponge filters, I find it absolutely brilliant because they can handle quite a lot of capacity. You get aeration into the water, which is great. It's going to oxygenate things, but it's not going to push them around a lot. Angelfish, they're quite tall and slender, so if you get a lot of flow coming at them this way, then they're really not going to be able to handle it that well. They are quite good at turning themselves into the flow, which is a bit better, but they don't really want heavy riverine flow like you can get with some of the hillstream species and things like that. So a couple of good sponge filters is always going to be great. If you got a hang-on back or you do have a canister filter, I think it's good to just push the outlet above the water, so you're going to get some nice aeration anyway, and it's just going to be less flow sort of bowling them around, and that's pretty much it. There you go, guys. Those are my tips for successful, peaceful angelfish keeping. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be scary. I found them to be a fantastic fish, and I love how unique they are. If you do want to see some great angelfish tankmates, I'll put a video right there which you can check out. But other than that, don't buy into the hype. Don't listen to the haters. Pick up some angelfish. If you like the video, it always helps me out to smash like, hit subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.